Hello guys, welcome to another one of my case clear update kind of videos. I'm in BlueStacks because Android devices got the new update and we are looking at new icons. I don't want to go into those. And we're looking at, we have Roulette. I don't know anything about it. I stayed away from the beta and right now I am jumping into the BlueStacks to, pretty much check out what we have going on here. So I don't know where to find this yet. I'm just checking out things and it's probably on the NetHub. No. Okay, so upgrades, let's see what we have to work with. I'm like really hyped about this. There we have it, wow. Okay, so 5,000 bucks. Let's look at what we have going on. There we have Casino. What I like about Casino is that we're opening up for more options. So we have a balance of tickets and we can deposit and withdraw, and we can select the game Roulette so far. Okay, so let's hit deposit and see what we deposit. Okay, we deposit skins. So let's go in and gamble with some interest. Okay, so it converts into tickets. Okay, 94,851 tickets for that. So okay, now I know that. I'm just going with the flow on this here. So we have some options here. These are possibly our betting options. What I'm looking for is, where can I bet on number 4? Where can I bet on number 14? Where can I bet on odd, even? Where are my roulette options? Because what I see here is 3 betting options: 1 to 7, 8 to 14, and a 0. That's not roulette. This is a dice game. I'm sorry, this is not a roulette. And it sucks. But it doesn't mean that it isn't going to be good. Let's see, 1 to 7. Okay. Okay. Right on. We bet 50,000 tickets on red and it landed on red. And it stays in my bet amount. So let's see if we can get another one. Alrighty. So the mechanism here works. Betting alongside the table, so to say, we can clear. And what can we do bet wise? We can plus 1,000, we can times 2, we can divide by 2, we can bet max plus 1. So I'm just fiddling around with the mechanics here, trying to just see what hey, a lucky number 8. Alright, so I have no idea if I'm like, I know that I just won a few times, but how it is going to affect my things in the game, I don't know. Okay, we went red, just playing with the table here. Playing red when it plays me red, really. And that was nice. So another small thing. Alright, so we withdraw. Okay, so for every 10 tickets we get skins valued at $1. Oh, I see options, guys. I see options. This is so amazing. Okay, so because I did the foolish thing, which I don't mind, to stake my expensive skins, I'm getting less interesting items in return. But this has, oh my geek, we're all gonna have amazing items tomorrow written all over it. You guys are gonna be amazed if you haven't dug into this yet, and I'm gonna look into it now. So this is gonna take some time, guys. I'm sorry, but we're going all the way down to the junk. So as you can see, I'm adding in the silly, useless, the most crappy items that exist in the game here. This is gonna take some time. I'm gonna put in 500 of my worst items, and since I'm kind of recording this as I'm doing it, it's gonna take some time, and I guess it kind of merits or remedies the fact that I've been making these 5-minute videos lately, because this is something I need to test out right away, and I'm probably going to be doing it a few times, because I can just see how even the players with the worst inventory ever in Case Clicker in a matter of minutes can have the best skins in the game. So what we want to note here is that Right now I'm adding in things valued at less than $1, 50 cents give or take, and we're getting about 5 tickets on each. So we're almost getting a 1-to-1 ratio, as in we put in 50 cents, we get 5 tickets. We take out 10 tickets, we get $1. So what we're doing here is it's probably going to not match up evenly. It's going to be, there is calculated in here, I think, some kind of commission that we are losing. So imagine we're depositing $1, but we can only get like 8 tickets out of it or something like that, but it doesn't really matter. They're really cool. Okay, so we have a max at 80,000. That is worth noting. I do not know why. I don't know if it can be upgraded or how that works out, but for now we're just putting in all the junk here. I'm thinking, just for starters, put in 500 items, the 500 worst items I have here in my BlueStacks account, and we're going to see when we deposit these items, what are we going to get if we withdraw right away. No bets, no nothing, just plain conversion. We take the trash and we see if we can make it into treasure like right away. I think we can, and if we can, it is junk items suddenly got interesting, because even though we may get, say for instance, you sell your items, let's say you sell $10,000 worth of items, and you put yourself in an unboxing situation. If you have 10,000 bucks in Case Clicker, how many good items are you going to be able to unbox? I'm gonna say not that many, really. If you wanna get that factory new Stat Track thing, or you wanna get the souvenir factory new Dragon Law, 10,000 is just not gonna take you very far. It's going to take a lot of interesting, entertaining unboxing time for sure. But what are you going to end out with? Probably not that much. So if we're looking at 80,000 in like ticket value, and we say, what is that in dollars? It's 8,000. So if we at a point blank, at a 1-to-1 ratio, or 1-to-10, put in 8,000 here, we're going to be able to withdraw items valued at 8,000. Say we put in 10 and we get to take out 8,000 worth of items. How good are they going to be? That is what I am going to be looking into right here, and we are almost there. I'm thinking 500 skins for starters, just like massive cleanup on the crap scale. And of course it's nowhere near the value I just spoke about, but I just wanted to see 500 crap items valued at 397. Let's just pull it out, almost 400 bucks. What are we gonna be getting? A 392 item. Look at that. It's like almost the entire value, all the junk gathered together in one single good item. Wow. Wow, guys, that is this is gonna be fixed so soon. So if you want to be doing this, hit it, because there is no way this game is going to allow something like this to be in here. What I expect us to see is either a playthrough requirement, so that you need to play your tickets before withdrawing them, as we know it from online casinos, and trust me, I have 10 years of experience with that stuff. That works, but what is more likely to happen is that we are going to be getting less tickets for the skins when we deposit them. That is a very, very realistic thing, because right now you can just convert your junk skins to good ones. We might also see something else, such as really junk items in return, but that would mean it would make no sense to ever play high stakes. So this is the new thing in Case Clicker. Trust me on it. Besides that, I'm going to go in there and farm the beep out of the system. Of course I am. I was expecting a real roulette, and I'm really bummed that it isn't. But I'm going to have so much fun with this dice-like roulette system, and just enjoy it for what it is, and really just hope it's going to be renamed, because it's it's a bit rude to call it a roulette when it is what it is. But I guess it's not called European or French or American roulette or anything like that. So it's probably some dice subversion of a very loved game where I have so many betting strategies for, because I have, don't get me started on experience in online gambling, but as not on the player's side, but that's a different side entirely. So we're just gonna go in here again just to verify that what we did the first time around is replicatable. We are now at a better position item wise. We have more value this time, because the first time we were trading 5-cent items, and I'm saying trading because this is actually trading with the game. This is converting your skins into a currency that you can use to get new skins. It's nothing else than that, because we're not gambling with it. I'm gonna be gambling, trust me. I'm so gonna be gambling. But right now, the first thing that struck me with this was, besides the fact that the roulette is something very different than what I expected, and I'm not negative on it at all, I'm gonna be crushing it, but this here is the broken part. For now, we're gonna look more into the actual gaming system to see if we can find bits and bytes that we can. I'm not going to go with the glitch exploit kind of thing, because I don't really like that mentality. I am more looking into where can we mathematically gain a benefit in the game, and we're gonna find something. We're gonna find something. And so before we get into more betting and gambling, guys, anything that I say can and will be used against me in my comments. I know that. So please keep in mind, everything that happens it's a game. It is based on luck. You may not be able to replicate it. You may lose everything, including your device, if you try any of what I do at home. Okay? And even more than that. Just saying. So don't blame me if the things I do don't work for you, because it's a game. It's randomized. It is situational. So I'm doing my best to crush the system. I'm gonna, but you may not be able to do the same. 21,892. Let's see what we get out of it this time around. A Slaughter Knife, Bowie, Crimson Web, $1,000. Holy smokes. So once again, pretty much got all the value in the one knife, valued at $1,000, just like that. So yeah, that was everybody loves stickers, right? We can't use them for beep, and we have them. We can't even use them in the online jackpot. So let's see if we go in and we just put in a lot of value in stickers. Are we gonna get a lot of stickers out? 78,159. Let's just cash it out again and see what we get. So we have decent weapons. We have a $900 knife there. We have good skins. So you can actually now convert your semi-useless stickers into real. This is case sticker, but you guys know what I mean. You can convert them into skins that you can use in, for instance, the online jackpot. So pretty good times so far. We have really gotten some options, and I think they're gonna go away. Okay, so we cannot double deposit. That's okay. Let's just withdraw once again and see what we get this time around. 700, 333, Bowie, 3367. Good stuff. We're getting good stuff. Some junk stuff, but we can put it back in there. This is way cheaper than trying to unbox these exact same items. So so that works. Just a single one here, just to see if I'm getting something close to the same again. I'm putting in one sticker, and I'm getting so less value now because one expensive. Of course, this is better if you put in a lot of junk. The more expensive items you deposit, the less likely it is going to be that you get a good deal. 687.52 gave us 550 tickets, so there you can see the conversion ratio. It is not $1 to 10 when you deposit. There is a house edge. But let's see if we can. We're just gonna go a little bit silly here. I'm betting all in here on red. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. I don't really. This is just for the fun of it, guys. I need to experiment a little bit with this here to see how this works. So we have 14 numbers including a 0, 15 numbers in total. We now have a bet amount and a balance amount, and our bet amount is locked until we clear it apparently. We can also bet max 194, meaning that whatever is locked in the bet cannot be withdrawn. You need to clear out the bet before you can withdraw anything. So let's do that. So we just did a bit of of doubling here, of duping, but the good way, the legal way. So that was really cool. And we have karambits. We even have my favorite skin there, the tiger tooth. We have another crimson web flip knife. This is really awesome. So pretty easily we can convert some stickers into some really interesting value. Of course, I won, and that is why I got more value in return. But I'm also gonna be losing. I'm pretty sure of it. Now I'm just we're just gonna be fiddling around a little bit, trying our luck with this new roulette system here. So we hit black. Yeah, that's what happens. So let's just go in again. Yeah, put in some stickers. Let me just say it, guys, I'm in no rush, okay? I'm probably gonna be sitting here for an hour fiddling around with the new jackpot mechanism here, I now have 100,000 as the max, so somehow I jumped from 80 to 100, and I don't know why. Just saying. So let's just go in on red again, playing against the table, which is like worst thing to do. There you can see, that's why it's the worst thing to do. Bet with the table. That is the first time I ever visited a real casino. I was 18 years old and we were just out to have a blast, and I was sitting there trying to farm the roulette, and this seasoned gambler watched me trying to double against the table, and he was like, "You're gonna walk away from here broke if you don't play with the board." Suddenly you're gonna see it go 8 times in a row in the same color, and you're gonna go broke if you try to play against the board. Worst case scenario, if you play with the board, you need to swap red black all the time. And I know it's like mathematically it doesn't really matter, but it's one of the few things I I remember from that evening. Really, play with the board, make it your friend. So yeah, it sticks with me really. But right now we're just fiddling around, and I'm possibly gonna be losing millions here playing against the board. You can really see how silly it is. If the board decides to go black, and you're playing against it, you're just gonna get whooped. But of course, the odds of it changing it's exactly the same. It's about probability, really, is what it comes down to, which I really like. But right now, we're just trying to. Okay, so we have the 0 there. So this roulette system has 50 numbers, and you double if you hit either side. Of course, we need to be fiddling around with the 0 as well, because I have this gut feeling that 0 is going to be your friend. But we're gonna look more into 0 farming this jackpot once I get a better understanding of the base concepts of it. Just get a bit of a feeling with it here. So we're just doubling, or trying to. Probably not going to work out for us, but if you don't risk anything, then you will never lose anything. I guess that's how it is, right? So let's just go in again here. Of course, I'm going to throw in some new statistics were added. I read that in the update, so of course we're going to be checking out how things turn out once I'm done fiddling around a little bit here. But for now, I just want to experiment a little with also our limits. The 100,000 deposit limit seems very low, but I have everything, so I could put in like millions and trillions of tickets, so it has to end somewhere. The cap is really, there are two important things in terms of betting strategy limits. One is, what is your max bet? What is the total you can stake at a time? And the other is, of course, how much can you deposit? A lot of gambling, especially mathematical roulette gambling, has to do with doubling when you lose or when you win, for that sake. Meaning that if you are unable to have a high limit, you cannot use such strategies because you are going to hit the limit very, very soon, making it unlikely for you to go in and double it, or like impossible to double again and win everything back. It was one of the many strategies I wanted to be talking about once the roulette came, but it looks as if we have gotten something completely different than what I was expecting, which isn't a bad thing at all. It is just different. So we're gonna be trying out how the different things work with the system, and hope that whatever is added next is a little bit more something plain. So let's just try to double it once again. What I'm looking for is the single max bet. So 250,000 tickets is the maximum bet we can place. And the interesting thing is we can place that on red. 500,000, not bad. Yeah, we cannot go above that. So I'm ready to blow all this. Don't I don't really. We're gonna be farming it. We're gonna be getting loads of tickets. I'm not worried about that. But the interesting thing is, let's just okay, so we can withdraw this amount, because that's another very important factor. How much can we withdraw at a time? It is very likely to be limited. So like, can we withdraw 1 million, 10 million? How many items, how many tickets can we convert into items in one batch? So anyway, here we have loads of we have 1k plus items is really what it comes down to, and loads of goodies. I'm not keeping track of the profit loss ratio right now. I'm just freely experimenting with the mechanics of the gambling. And we have a factory in Karambit Crimson Web stat track there. Of course we have, yeah, just converting that mediocre junk uselessness into top tier items, and of course a mixed batch of every kind of like weird item. But it's okay, we can put it all back in there. It's nice to withdraw something every once in a while. So let us go into the statistics here and see if there are casino statistics. Alright, so we're at plus 761,000 tickets, winning just a little less than half of the games, but right now we're just fiddling around, guys. It's gonna be okay. So down at the bottom once again, and I know this is like time wise a bit of a long one, but perhaps I'll make like a highlight video where I cut away all this stuff here for those that just want a sneak peek of how I am looking into the casino system for the first time. I have a feeling that I'm going to be spending a great deal of time in here. Just trying to see how many tickets I can amass really is something that is it is giving me a happy feeling. Let's just put it like that, because this is gonna get silly. It's gonna get even more silly than my match betting, where I have, unless the odds and the values changed since I placed the bets, I have millions in there, and I think I'm gonna be having the same here pretty soon. But we're gonna be fiddling around with it. We're gonna find out how it works. Oh yes, we're gonna be crushing it, and you can pretty much use this. I stand by the very first thing I said when I came in here and I discovered this mechanic. I do believe this is the safest and best way, cheapest and fastest way for you to convert your trash to treasure, period. Until it gets fixed, and it's gonna be. Trust me. This is not gonna be left like this. The conversion ratio is too high. So you're just getting too much for your money, really. And we can just enjoy that while we can. But with that said, and that what I meant with that is without gambling. That is just depositing and withdrawing your items. As long as you go from the bottom up and you do like the really junk stuff, you're going to get so much better in return. Of course, if you keep doing it, you're gonna get penalized by the fact that you're not going on equal terms. You're not getting the 10 points per buck, 10 tickets per buck when you deposit. So the more times you do it without winning, the more you're going to be losing out on total value, which of course you don't want. But if you just, instead of batch selling stuff and buying cases, you want a really good chance at landing higher valued items, this here is your new best friend. I need to cough like crazy now, and I also need to make some coffee soon. But yeah, I'm a bit hyped about this here, so I'm just gonna be muting and trying to do things a little bit at the same time. So alright, I think I got it. I hope it didn't make too much noise, but you guys knew what was coming. So we're even putting in the junk knives now, and I should save these for trading with you guys really, but I don't use my BlueStacks account that much for trading. I prefer that my trades are all coming from my green arrow. But anyway, here we are once again in with the junk. This time around we're gonna try to fiddle around a little bit with the mechanics here, so we can double there, we can plus, we can minus. Let's go zero. This is because, guys, if we have the same, I need to find out what is the payback ratio on zero. I'm expecting it to be 14x because there are 15 fields, so I'm expecting zero to give us 14 times our bet in return. So what I'm doing is I'm betting a relatively low amount, and every few tries I'm just adding another 1,000. So we're slowly but surely increasing the price as we lose more and more money, so that we are gonna be in for a win no matter when we win. Of course we're gonna be capped at something. The interesting thing is, do we have a top value that is 14 times lower on the zero than on the red and black? Because if we can bet 250,000 here and get 14 times the money back, it is so much better than doing it on the other side, even though we have a lower chance at winning. But that is where probability is going to be coming into the picture, where we're going to be finding not a safe there. Yes, 140,000 for hitting zero. Wow. This is where we're going to be bringing home the bacon. This is where it's going to be happening. So we can do all the betting we want on red and black. That's the small stake stuff. So we have another crimson web. Oh yeah. So those are, like, you want to go in for a 49% chance to double your stuff. You want to try to double it, quadruple, whatever you want to be doing. Those are your friends. If you want to make big bucks in case clicker, you want to be the friends with number zero. We need to find out where we're capped. It is super important. We were able to go 10,000, the others 250. So so the question is, can we go 20,000? Can we go 250,000? What can we do on number zero? Because if we can go 250, it's going to be too easy. I'm saying that knowing that this is about mathematical probability. It is about a randomized number system that is designed for you to lose, both in the short term but also in the long term. I'm gonna not do that. I'm not saying I'm not gonna be losing. Of course I am, but so this is the deal. When you play either variant of the classic roulette games, you have 36 numbers and you have 1 or 2 zeros. It means that there is a relatively low chance of you to land any one number. It is 1 in 37, 38, depending on all sorts of different rules, but let's go with 1 in 40 is your chance of hitting any one number, including zero. it is not very likely to happen. You can be lucky, but you need to be kind of really lucky. And because there are so many numbers, you can go hundreds of spins without ever landing any single number. You can go hundreds of spins on the roulette without seeing the number 0, or double 0, or 7. You can also see 3 times in a row. It is just highly unlikely. Because we have 15 numbers, 0 included, it is very likely to happen. It is a third, like 3 times more likely to happen. So what that means is that we can use like mathematical probability to really zoom in on a good deal. But now we're just gonna be testing out, like, this is a classic roulette betting strategy that won't work here, but I'm gonna be showing you guys anyway. So we're following the table, we're betting 1,000 tickets. The thought is, when you lose, you double your money. Because when we win now, we're going to be in profit again. If we win with 2,000, we get 4,000, and then we are back in business. So we clear and we restart at 1,000. With this strategy, every time you win, you are 1,000 in the lead. Every time you lose, you double your bet. What's going to happen is that we're gonna hit the limit on this, because if I started betting one ticket, this would be more doable. But because we are starting out at 1,000 and we are capped 250 times higher, by doubling the value we're going to reach that limit very early. But what is even worse is that we have a capped account balance at 100,000. So we cannot actually deposit 250,000 into the casino. We need to deposit 100,000 and then win 150,000 in order to be able to bet 250,000. So this system here is designed in a way that is going to make it really hard for you to use classic gambling roulette strategies to win. We don't have any of the 2-for-1 options. We don't have, like, we're missing a lot of really good betting options that you will find with the traditional roulette, which is cool because this is a different game. I get it. But we have 3 betting options, and you can go in on blind luck on either side, or of course in the middle. But trust me, guys, until the roulette system is reworked, 0 is your friend. Go in once on either side, perhaps 2 if you just want to be trying to see how many times in a row you can double your money. I get it, it's fun. I'm gonna be doing that as well, of course I am, because I love doubling stuff. But you can never win more than 500,000. That's like the maximum. So yeah, it equals winning an extreme online jackpot, 50,000. That's what you're gonna be walking away from such a bet with, and you're risking, say, 30,000 worth of items. So yeah, just like, yeah. Apparently that's on the 12th side. So just checking if I can. No, I am still capped at the 100,000. Now I need to double to more than what I have. Again, I cannot deposit that much value. I'm not sure why. There is a really good reason for it. The game developer is a brilliant guy. I only have the best to say really about the Case Leaker game developer, because I love the game, I love the frequent updates, I love the dedication. So nothing, like, no harm meant. It's all coming from a really good place. But there is a limit, and it may actually not be to prevent us from gambling, strategizing the system. It may be just as well to prevent a lot of players from losing too much value at the start, because gambling has this weird way of people just lose, and you don't want all your players to be losing. That's a that's a bad thing. So I could really see this as a feature to prevent players from going broke too fast. But anyway, we need to like go double 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 in order for us to once again be in on the lead. And I kind of lost count really on what I had to bet, but we're playing with the table. As you can see, it has been shifting here a lot of times. That's why we're losing. We need 2 blacks in a row in order to win back what we had. And I don't remember what I should have been betting, because this is like small stake stuff. But the idea is that now that you just bet these 50,000 and you won, you go back to 1,000 and you bet, and if you win, you pull back another 1,000. If you lose, you double it. And you continue playing like that until you have the profit that you need, or you hit the game roof really on your betting max, and that is going to happen super early, because the jackpot is 5,000, meaning that by the time you can afford to buy it, you have skins that are expensive enough for you to really hit the limit on what you can bet here really easy, because it's a late game feature, and I like that about it, because that is the part of the game where I am. But it also means that I don't see a lot of players betting the +1 kind of thing. Perhaps I can see some scripts, some automated gambling going on with the low stakes, trying to mathematically bot through the jackpot. It's going to happen, I have no doubt about it. Somebody's gonna make a bot. I don't really need that, but so we're gonna do the good thing again here. We're gonna go with Dr. Zero, and let me tell you how I see this being farmed. We have 1 out of 15 chance of landing at 0. That one right there. What that means is, if you consider this, we just had a 0. It is going to happen the next time in 15 spins. All else equal, okay? So instead of betting 0 again now, and I know it can happen, let's just bet, say, 10 times on different stuff. Just betting 10 times. We could go with $1. Just going for 10 spins where we don't see 0. And then we go 0. And we go all in 0. It doesn't mean that 0 is going to come very early. There is 1 in 15 chance. I think I haven't read the game rules. I cannot find them anywhere, which is really odd for gambling. But all else equal, the probability of us landing, yeah, there we have it again, really annoying, landing a 0 after not having seen it for 10 times is much more likely. Even though the chance of getting it is the same each time. I did talk a little bit about probability in in 2 of my jackpot videos, where I had some really lucky win streaks. This is the same. You can see the 0 is we haven't seen one for 6 spins, so it is now, let's say we get it 1 in 15 times. We have 9 spins left before it should mathematically appear, meaning that if we get it within that range, we're going to have some degree of profit. Could happen in 20, it could happen in 2, but when it lands, if it does so in less than 14 spins, we're gonna be in profit. I'm nudging it even more, and I'm doing that by increasing my bet amount each time. What that means is that I'm losing more and more and more money, but it also means that when I hit the 0, I'm going to have this cumulative win as well that more than pays for the losses I have had throughout the gaming. And there we have it, 140,000. So once again, in a profit. Clear it out. You can just bet $1. Really, you can. We can also just withdraw and do the happy face, really, because there is no guarantee, guys. No guarantee. You can have 100 spins without seeing number 0. So I'm not handing you a guaranteed way to make tickets in Case Clicker. This is just like pure probability. What I would do is I would go in, I would take whatever kind of time it took for me to have 10 spins in a row at $1 where I don't see a zero. Perhaps you get one after 5 spins, then you reset your counter. You start at number 1 again, number 2, number 3. When you've had 5 spins without number 0, you start betting on it, not 5, 10 is what I meant. Meaning that if it comes in 15, we're like at 25, so it's already in the bad deal kind of area, but because you have been patiently waiting until 10 spins, you're gonna be getting it. So I just figured while I was in here I would clean up a little bit of my blue stack betting account here, and that is because, as you guys can see, I haven't done much in here. I just want to clean up these different upgrades that I have so that I have easier at spotting the new things when I do dig in here and check them out. And I'm thinking I'm gonna be doing just a little bit of additional gambling afterwards. I want to look a little bit more seriously into the zero betting. I want to do more than just talk about it. I want to try to see if I, like point blank here, just got in here, can give a bit of a demonstration about how I would do it. And perhaps I'm going to be losing everything in the process. Then you guys know I really suck. And if I win everything, well, you can't win everything, but if I have the kind of luck farming this as I expect to get, then you guys know I'm lucky. So I can suck or I can be lucky, and I guess I can be a little bit of both, really. But what I, of course, hope to do is to verify that my thoughts about the system are correct, and I'm not going to tell you guys to copy this, what I'm doing, because you may have a completely different result than what I'm having. I'm just sharing how I am playing it, how I see it as like the option for how to play it. And I know it's like really, I just don't want you guys to lose all your stuff in the game because you thought I had some kind of bulletproof strategy for winning. I don't. It is no hacks, no glitches, no weird stuff. It's just math, and sometimes math is a bitch, and sometimes math is just really cool and awesome, depending on whether or not it's on your side or not. But yeah, just saying it before we start betting a bit more here. So let's deposit. We have new low tier skins because we get them when we withdraw, and we just want to get that stuff cleaned. That also got some from the upgrades area, so they are of course the first to be deposited into the system like that. Oh yes. So, and these, wow, have I had thousands of these throughout the times of jackpotting. They're like so annoying, and now they make perfectly sense. They are the ideal roulette fodder. Oh boy. So let's just put them in there. And the knives as well. Why not? Like this and like that. So that was the 100 lowest valued skins. I'm trying to call really low, but I can feel that I've been talking for a very long time now without having had too much coffee, and my throat is like really begging me to have a bit of a break and just, pour down coffee. But I'm gonna be waiting a little bit. I wanna follow this to the end, just go a little bit more, and hopefully not just display an amazing amount of losing skills, but we're gonna be losing too. Alright guys, so $1, we bet on red, we bet on black, we bet on zero, it doesn't really matter. Just bet on something so that the roulette spins, and what you hope is not zero. Ideally, I would say go 10 spins without seeing a zero. I haven't tested out the roulette enough to verify how the outcome is, how randomized is this. I have no information about it. Is there a third-party randomization? How is this randomization made? Is it just like pure Java math random powering it. What kind of random is powering the roulette? I don't know. I don't even know if it is random, but I'm just going to play this based on the assumption that it is completely random. And then we're going to be having some degree of spins in here, trying to, I like to say, get a feeling, but I think that's really just a gambler term for now I think I'm gonna win. So anyway guys, 10 spins without seeing the zero is like best case scenario. Okay, so let's say 15 is best case scenario, but all else equal, I think we're gonna be seeing zero come much more often than that. I think we're gonna be seeing it like 1 in 10 or something like that. It's really hard to say, but you need to have the financial buffer to go for as long as it takes for you to win. That was pretty sweet, right? That was pretty sweet. So we win, we find the zero pants, and we go $1 again. $1, and we might see zero like 4 times in a row. We might see not zero for 20 times. We have no idea, but like the basis for this gambling that I'm doing here is go around 10 spins in a row where you don't see zero, and then bet any type of amount that you can sustain for a long time. Don't go in with something you can only do 5 times. It is, if you do that, you're almost guaranteed to lose, because math is just gonna come bite you in the you know where. But like I deposited 100,000 and then I was betting 10,000. Okay. But I can also deposit millions again. So there we had it. That was really bad. It means that we are resetting. We're going to do another 10, but this is really what I'm talking about. It's random. It's like completely random. So if we had just been betting zero all the time, yeah, it's easy to say afterwards, like, what are the odds? This is math. This is math when it's beautiful. Especially if it is true random, but that is besides the point. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. No, we're not. We see it and we accept that this is a possible outcome of the roulette, just as the fact that we can have 100 spins in a row with no zero. I'm actually really happy that this happened, because it's part of the gambling. You cannot put random in a box. You cannot. I mean, it's probability, but the beauty of probability is that it is no guarantee. So even though there is a 0.00001% chance of something happening, it is not probable. It is very unlikely to happen, but it can happen, and that is what you need to remember all the time. Probability leaves room for crazy, unwelcome or very welcome things to happen. That is the random crazy pants piece of luck. But anyway, getting your 10 spins or whatever you like decide you want it to be at yourself, setting whatever value you want. You can up it, you can down it. Yeah, I bet 8,000, I hit number 8. You can increase the value each time if you want. Figure out what really works out for you. I think the only thing you need to remember is that when you have done this 14 times, you are no longer in a profit when you win. But at some point it's gonna be happening. The higher you set this value, the more likely you are gonna get broke on it. The lower you set it, the more likely you're gonna be walking away from here in some kind of profit at some point, but it may take a very, very long time. I mean, the nitty-gritty kind of stuff you need to decide based on your case clicker economy, how you want to be playing it. So I was betting less this time. I lost a few more times, meaning I also won less when I won. I want to say something about the gut feeling about it, but it makes no sense because it's just numbers. But for me, this is like small stakes. I want to be betting much higher than this, but right now we're testing out the system. We're just having a look at it and I could go in here and I could bet 250,000 on the zero each time because I have the case clicker inventory to back that up. I could do that for a very long time, even if I lose every time, and then walk away from here with like the 1 million win. But of course, if you're betting 250,000 each time, yeah, you can calculate when you're gonna be in a position where it's very hard for you to win back all that loss. So yes please, one ticket and we were like one more spin and we would have been there, right? But that's just how it is. We're just gonna keep going. 10 spins is like the very dangerous thing about gambling is if you have thumb rules. Because, like, say you say 10 spins, like I'm doing, and I'm just casually gaming, so I'm actually going to be breaking that rule, but if you decide on 10 spins, and you feel zero is coming more often, you need to truly reconsider if you want to change that 10 spins, because the second you start gambling earlier, if you start upping, as you can see here, it's coming like every 6, every 7 times, instead of every 15. So one way to interpret that is I need to bet high value earlier because I'm missing my window of opportunity. Another way of looking at it is the roulette has paid out more zeros than it should lately, so they are much less likely to come in the future. Those are two very different ways to look at when the roulette spits out specific numbers much more frequently than it is supposed to do. How you feel about it when you're betting, it's really hard to say, and that is the determining factor when you're gambling. If you feel like right now, I need to bet right now because zero is coming again right now, then it would have been a really freaking good idea. Because I didn't, I'm going to wait another 10 rounds. But on the other hand, if you thought it and it didn't come, you're just gonna be losing even more money or tickets. So it may really mean that you're gonna be betting in so early that you're gonna go broke before you see the zero the next time. So whatever kind of betting rules, mechanism, holy mojo you kind of set up as your rule for betting, try to stick with it for a session at a time. Cash out when you're done. And if you want to change the rules, do it the next time you deposit. So walk away from there with a profit. Right now, betting early zero would have been fantastic. I would have been loaded if I just gone all in on zero. On the other hand, I could have not seen zero for 50 times now because it is unrealistic for it to appear this many times, but that is a display of what may be actually really true random, because a truly randomized outcome is never really it is, yeah, this looks really random. If it sometimes things can be like too random to actually be random, but I don't know if it makes much sense, but that is the truth of it really. Once you get a bit more into number crushing. But so now we have a clean slate again. We cannot see any zeros, and all else equal, we have been landing a zero around now for the last many spins. I have not been hitting my zero because I have been too slow. So I have the balance to back up betting earlier. I'm not afraid of going broke. I have loads of money. So I can afford to go in now a few like bets early and go for it, because I don't want to be sitting here recording not getting a zero with a bet on it because I'm too careful. Even though I do feel with gambling you can never really be too careful, but then again, if you never stake anything, you're never going to be winning anything, and so forth. Yeah, you get the deal. So let us see if we can land one. Perhaps we're just going to be going broke now. I do not know. Let's see. I know that we can at least put in the 25,000 here. On the other hand, I wouldn't mind losing all these tickets displaying that. Okay, so 350,000. let's clear it out. And yeah, I'm thinking about how to bet. Oh yeah, I need to bet something. Let's just pop in a ticket. So we have 500,000 now. We have slowly but surely been farming the jackpot from 100,000 tickets ish to more. 500,000 is what we're at here. And you know what, guys, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna be ending it here, really, because it's like 50 minutes of pure gambling. And you know what, I need to go into the Minecraft server, really, and I'm gonna be doing a follow-up on this. I wanted to look into the system. We're in profit, we're in loads of profit, and yeah, we kind of need to end this at some point, because I could just go on betting and winning and losing. And yeah, I'm going to be looking more into this. I really need to go into my Minecraft server and say hello to all the crazy cool peeps crushing it in there. I'm like so behind. I have so many things I want to go in and build and talk about, working on crazy set items and all sorts of silly stuff. So yeah, a bit of a look into the jackpot here. Not the jackpot, the roulette. My thoughts on how you can play it. No guarantees, no nothing. Just really my thoughts on it. And yeah, as always, guys, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching.